channel. In today's video, I'm finally going to be reviewing the new NARS foundation. This is the Natural Radiant Longwear foundation, and I got the entire PR package, which I'm so appreciative for. So thank you so much to the NARS Canada team for sending this over. Can we just appreciate this shade range? Let's just all take a minute. Thank you. I also want to note, I love the fact that instead of making it like light to dark, they actually started with the dark on the top left first, and then we'll just ignore that happened, but they started with the dark first and then went to the light. Like, it's such a small little touch, but I appreciate you, NARS. Before we get into this, if you are just checking my face out for the first time, please make sure to just subscribe down below and join my family. I got a lot of new faces from my last Chit Chat Get Ready With Me when I was talking about shade ranges and the Tarte foundation, everything like that. So thank you so much to everyone who joined the family through that video. Also, if you enjoy these types of reviews, definitely give it a big thumbs up and I will do more of them. So I'm gonna be doing a full wear test of this. I am gonna be filming another video after this, doing some work, and then I'm going to dinner later on. So I'm going to try and have this foundation on for about 8 to 10 hours, if not more. Currently it is 12:50 in the afternoon, so almost 1 p.m. So anyways, if you're interested in hearing my thoughts on this, then just keep on watching. So as you can see, this foundation comes in many different shades. They actually did extend their shade range to include some new ones. So in this line, they have 33 different shades, which is awesome. So other than that, this foundation is claimed to be 16-hour wear. It's supposed to have kind of like a radiant finish, so a little bit glowy as well. It is medium to full and buildable coverage, and it says it stays vibrant and fresh as if just applied like all day. So we're definitely going to be testing that. It has some cool ingredients in here. It says it has a blend of raspberry, apple, and watermelon extracts that help support skin elastic fibers to smooth and improve texture. In the summer, I am Macau, which I believe is this one over here. Yeah, this is the medium dark number 4. So that is Macau over there. That actually doesn't look too bad of a match. I would say it's like slightly deeper than me, but I could probably make this work. This is the shade up from Macau, and this is called Balem. So this one is one of the new shades. It looks like it has more of a reddish pinkish undertone, so I'm not sure how well this one is gonna match me. Yeah, that is definitely not my shade. I am more golden. You can see Macau. This is medium dark 3.3. I think that is also a little too pink for me. This is Cadiz, and this is another shade called Moria. I feel like Moria might be kind of good. It's like a super golden shade. See, I love the undertone of this, but yeah, it's much too light for my skin tone. So that is Cadiz, and as you can see, that is much too light for my skin tone. Cadiz is almost lighter. It actually is lighter than Moria over here. So if you are ever wondering what your shade is, you can kind of look at this and decide. So unfortunately, I didn't get sent the full size of Macau. All I have here is Cadiz, Balem, and New Caledonia. So I'm just going to use the little sample over here. I forgot to moisturize my face, so I'm just going to take a little bit of my Bobbi Brown Vitamin-Enriched face base. I have been loving this for the winter. It's mainly like a skincare product, but you could use it underneath your makeup as well. So I'm just gonna put that on. I'm not gonna wear like a Longwear primer or anything like that. I'm also just gonna color correct slightly. This is the Urban Decay Naked Skin color corrector. And this is just in the shade orange, I think, or sorry, deep peach. So I'm gonna go ahead and just apply Macau all over my skin. I don't know how much of this you need, and unfortunately I can't show you like how it pumps or anything, but the bottle actually does have a pump. It might be a little too much, but the undertones look really good in this foundation, so let's go ahead and blend it out. Right off the bat, it blends out really beautifully, and it doesn't feel like I'm like wearing anything on my skin right now. Also, that coverage is really nice. Like, I know my skin is fairly even right now, but it covered up the orange like flawlessly. Like, it covered it up really nicely. So this foundation definitely has a radiant finish, as you can tell. It is like very shiny and dewy on my skin, but it's still very full coverage. This is really nice. Like, this looks like what I want the sheer glow to look like. I find the sheer glow doesn't really have much glow to it. When I apply it, it's like sort of dewy, but by the time I'm done doing my makeup, like, there is no shine whatsoever. Or even by the time like I give it a minute to set in, it's like matte. So this is like everything I want the sheer glow to be, and I am really digging it. And surprisingly, Macao actually isn't a bad match. I feel like, and maybe it's just me, but I feel like this is like a tad lighter than the normal Macao in the sheer glow formula. So this actually worked out perfectly for me. And I mean, if you know my channel, you know I kind of like going a little bit deeper in my foundations anyways, because by the time I conceal and I put powder and everything, sometimes that washes you out. So having like a deeper foundation, I don't know, just makes your foundation look good. Like, I'm gonna move a little closer so you can see. It literally made my skin look airbrushed. Like, actually airbrushed. Like, there is not one streak on my face, obviously because I'm using the beauty blender, but like, it looks so freaking beautiful. Look at this. Okay, NARS. The real test for me is smile lines. I get the worst smile lines in the world if it's not a good foundation. So I will be testing that out today, but this is pretty much the finish. My first impression using a beauty blender is that I really, really love it. Now, what I will say, I used this again with my hands the other day. It applies really, really nice with the fingers. I normally hate applying foundation with my hands and my fingers because, I don't know, it looks very streaky and it just feels really weird, but this almost just feels like a serum or a moisturizer going on, and there's no streaks on the skin. You could literally pat it in. So if you're someone who likes to apply foundation with their hands, I know there's some people out there like that, I think you'll really, really enjoy the application of this foundation. So if you're wondering about my skin type, I have kind of normal to combination skin. In the winter months, it can feel dry, but I definitely do get oily above my brow, around my nose, and that's pretty much where I get oily. NARS, why you gotta do this to me? I am in love with how this foundation looks. It reminds me so much of the finish of the sheer glow, just with actual glow. Like, I didn't set my forehead just so that you could see that natural glow. I think it looks beautiful. Oh my god, I tried not to put as much highlight. I put just a little bit, so like there's actually a glow underneath this foundation that is even peeking through any of the powders that I applied. I mainly just applied powder underneath my eyes and a little bit around this area just to give my smile lines like a little bit of a chance. But listen, if this does not crease around my smile lines throughout this day, this is gonna be my new go-to foundation for 2018. NARS really did that. I'm very happy with this. I will see you guys in a little bit. Alright guys, so I'm back. It is the end of the day. It is currently 11:04 p.m. So I've had this foundation on, I'd say, for about almost 10 hours. By the way, I'm sorry if you can hear my heater. I was too lazy to go upstairs and turn it off, so just ignore that. But yeah, I've had this on for almost 10 hours now, and this is how we're looking. So we're a little shiny. Okay, just a little bit. You can see kind of on my forehead, although it was kind of shiny here before. There definitely is some shine kind of in this area. Basically everywhere that I said that I normally get oily is oily, so I'm not super surprised. Now, as for the smile lines, I said that would be the main test for me. And although this did crease, I'm gonna come up a little closer. As you can see, this did sort of crease around my smile lines, but it's definitely not as bad as how the sheer glow creases on me, and then also like other foundations. I would be perfectly fine and I'd be perfectly comfortable still continuing to wear this foundation with the creases. I'd say the creases appeared probably around like the 5 to 6 hour mark. More closer to like the 6 hour mark is when they really started getting very deep. So just keep that in mind. Again, I crease really, really badly, so if you only crease a little bit, you probably won't even see a big difference in the creases. So honestly, I would still continue wearing this foundation like this. I don't really mind the dew and the glow. I may look a little oily to you, but I am just going to take a little bit of the Fenty foundation. Actually, before that, foundation. This is the blotting powder. But before I do that, I'm just gonna come up slightly closer. Let me just dim my Diva light a little bit. But I want to show you how this foundation kind of looks on the skin. So there is the smile lines. It didn't break up on my nose, as you can see. At least I don't think it did. Yeah, there's no breakage around my nose, which is usually a place that I get a lot of breakage with foundations, so it still looks really good. My under eyes are a little bit creasy. That's because I use the ColourPop concealer, so we will ignore that. I'm looking a little rough just in general, like my lips are a mess. So I am gonna just blot a little bit. I don't have blotting sheets, so I'm just gonna use the Fenty blotting powder, and I'm just gonna go over this slightly, just kind of press this powder into the skin, and as you can see, that like sucked up a lot of the shine already. And I didn't blot, I literally did not touch my face all day. I ate, I filmed another video, which usually when I film another video after wearing a foundation, I get really hot. So the fact that, you know, it only looks like this after 10 hours of wear, it's pretty impressive. So there is, I'm just gonna blot kind of one side of my face. And so this is the blotted side. So you still kind of see the dew. I'm gonna blot a little right over here as well. You can still kind of see the dew, but I mean that still looks really good. And then that's the unblotted side. So let us just finish this up. I would give this foundation probably about a 8.5 out of 10, even a 9, honestly. I really enjoy this foundation. I think that I will definitely continue wearing it. I could see this being kind of an everyday foundation for days that I don't want to look super full coverage or anything like that. I would totally use it with my hands again because I loved that kind of no makeup look. It doesn't look like makeup on the skin if you're not wearing a lot of powders and stuff like that. So I really like this foundation. I mean, in the end, it's up to you, but I hope you guys enjoyed this review. Definitely give it a big thumbs up if you did. Let me know what you thought of this foundation down below, whether you've tried it before, whether or not you're gonna pick it up. I definitely would recommend it. I really enjoy it. And everyone that I asked about how like it looked, even though it was a little oily, everyone said it looked amazing on my skin and very healthy. So for that, I really love it, but I will have it linked down below in case you're interested. If you are not subscribed to my channel, please make sure you just take a little bit of time and just hit that subscribe button, join the fam. That's pretty much it. I will talk to you in my next video. Bye everyone, love you. Mwah.